Man, know thyself, and thyself shalt know God. Check this out. Each individual's consciousness ether along with the lower self, hell, or the higher self, heaven. The ultimate goal is to return to our original divine state, akin to the innocence of childhood before the ego took hold, living in harmony with the intuition, love, and genuine wisdom should guide our choices and actions in life. The body as a reflection of duality, the body itself mirrors both the higher and lower aspects of the self. The lower self, linked to primal instincts such as lust, gluttony, and the pursuit of power, is associated with the lower half of the body, symbolizing our connection to earthly desires. Conversely, the higher self is represented in the upper half, particularly above the heart, where spiritual awareness, wisdom, and love reside. So look at that. As you go lower down your chakras, you got things like self, food, power, love. Got the colors of the chakras too. The lower half usually represents things like um, primitive instinct, desire, stuff like that. It's gonna be your lower chakra. As you rise up, you hit your gut. That's food, power. These things down here, they're not gonna, they're earthly, power, wanting to, be on charge, food, sustaining, what I'm saying, the body in a sense, and of course, sex. That's all Lord have thinking. Whereas you reach that higher self, what I'm saying, by the time you get the heart chakra, and talk about that too, what I'm saying, above that you got expression, intuition, and wisdom. That's reaching your higher self. See, lower self, higher self, heaven, hell. Transcending the lower nature to operate from the higher self, one must prioritize the virtues associated with the upper body: love, compassion, wisdom, and spiritual elevation. This requires transcending base desires, bringing the mind, body, and spirit into alignment. Through this balance, we cultivate personal and spiritual growth and move towards self mastery. The heart as the equilibrium point, Jesus emphasizes the heart chakra as the center of balance within the body. The heart serves as the midpoint of the seven chakras, bridging the physical and spiritual realms to attain Christ consciousness. One must harmonize all energy centers and live from the heart, embodying unconditional love and divine wisdom. Heaven as a state of balance, the word heaven contains even, symbolizing equilibrium. Heaven is not a distant realm, but an internal state of harmony and consciousness free from extremes. True enlightenment comes from balancing both the physical and spiritual aspects of existence, experiencing oneness and transcending duality. So, what I just broke down for you was some of the metaphysical aspects of consciousness that uh, people sometimes harp on, but they don't even damn explain. Now, this book, I bought this off TikTok. As you see, I had it for a while. This is book one. I didn't read this book twice. I had some knowledge I already known just because I often study. Often study, what I'm saying. I research myself, and I've, throughout the years when I was first getting this consciousness thing, I listened to people like, Dr. Yerg, Professor Polite, Professor Griff, Sigmund Freud, let me see, Dr. Valentine, just different, maybe a lot of Bobby Hemming. That was like my number one go-to guy, just because I can relate to him in, different aspects. But anyway, yeah, man, reaching enlightenment, you want to, go within first, you know, You know, it's easy to say alliance chakras, but what the hell is a chakra? I just explained that. You know, now you know. So, you know, you're not gonna find all the answers in one book. And this is just my, you know, this is my opinion. This is, you know, I'm 41. I done lived a little bit to know a little bit about some things. Now, if you feel like just reading the Bible for you and it answers all of your questions, okay, good for you. You know what I'm saying? Be with that, but you're gonna limit yourself because even Jesus says, "Great works I have done," but great works I have done, but basically you should do even better. In so many words, you know what I mean? And a lot of people keep worrying about, oh, you know, Jesus, please come back, rapture us, and this stuff, all that and the third, man. I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Read Revelations. When Jesus come back, he ain't gonna be like, from what I've read, he ain't gonna be as cool as he was at first, as far as being, you know, passive. Now they say Jesus gonna come back on some, you know, some gangster shit, and you know, figuratively speaking. So, you know thyself. Know thyself is, you know, my whole message. So, if that resonated with you, cool. If it didn't, you know, I'll be bringing more like that here and there. But, you know, I just want to chop it up with y'all a little bit there now. All right, peace.